Hi everyone, I'm here. I am so sorry it took me so long to get on. My computer for some reason made me download Google Chrome to use this, even though I checked it earlier today and it was working just fine. So I apologize for that. Thank you for waiting. I hope you did, because I have a lot of exciting things to talk to you about tonight. If you could type in your name or type me a message, say hi, I'm here, just so I know who's with me. That would be wonderful. Oh, I'm so glad. Christine is here with us, and I think Annie is on here. Again, I apologize for the lateness, technical difficulties, and I'll get started just since we're already late. So I want to talk to you about tapping. My name is Liz Fisher, and I found tapping about 5 years ago when I was nursing my second son, and I had terrible anxiety. I couldn't take any drugs, and I decided to just look online and see what I could find. I found something called Emotional Freedom Techniques, which is what EFT stands for. I found a YouTube video on how to do it, and I started doing it right away. And I felt instant relief from anxiety, from panic, and it was amazing to me that something that was this simple could really help that much. So I became curious about it, and probably 6 months after that, I located someone in Cleveland that did this, and her name is Betsy Muller. She's a certified master trainer in the gold standard EFT technique through AMET International, and that's who I am being certified through. They are UK based and they're a nonprofit, but they are the gold standard in certifying people in this technique. It's a 9-month course, and I am about 6 months in right now. I've been working, besides with myself, I've used this technique on my family members and had very good results. And I've been able to help a lot of people that have emetophobia, and it's just been so fabulous and fascinating to me that I wanted to do this little live presentation to show you how you can start doing it right away. And it really, it's not hard, and you'll get instant results. So also, I wanted to let you know that although I am being certified, I am allowed to practice and charge a discounted rate. So until I'm certified, which I think is going to be in the next few months, I'm offering a $60 an hour rate, which will go up to $100 an hour once I'm certified. But I do have insurance, and I am allowed to practice. My website is www.tapintohealth.net, and you can sign up for a 15-minute free phone consultation with me, and I would love to be able to work with you. So that's available. I just wanted to let you know that as well. And real quick before we get started, and I tell you a little bit about what EFT is, I want to read you a testimonial that one of the women that I'm working with Emetophobia emailed me yesterday. So she says to me, Liz, EFT is magic. 4 weeks ago, I was really struggling with emetophobia. On the day I found Liz, my 1-year-old son had woken up with the stomach flu. I was beside myself with fear, doing typical rituals that would keep me safe. I wouldn't eat or sleep, and my hands were raw from washing them so many times. At our first session, Liz made me feel so comfortable. She assured me that my phobia was real and helped me feel that I wasn't crazy for being so scared. She has taught me skills and actionable steps to help me fight my phobia and the anxiety that comes with it. Since starting EFT, I have felt at peace with my phobia. The safety I sought in restricting my diet and staying awake all night doesn't seem necessary anymore. I will be forever grateful for meeting Liz. And this is my client, Carrie, and I hope she's out there watching. And I've been working with her for just 3 weeks, and this is what she has to say. And It's just so amazing to me, and I hope that all of you have success just like she has with this technique. So without further ado, EFT stands for Emotional Freedom Techniques. It is tapping on meridian points, which are located in different spots of your body. Specifically, we tap on some points located on our face and chest area, which I'll show you. But these points are in Chinese medicine, where an acupuncturist would insert a needle to get the energy flowing. We can get the same effect by just using our hands and the tapping pressure to release stuck energy or negative energy that surrounds an anxiety or a fear or a phobia or anything really you can apply it to. We just happen to be applying it to emetophobia tonight. But it can be used for anything. And when I say anything, I mean if you have a headache, if you want to earn more money in your job, if you want to have better relationships with family and friends, if you really want to change something in your life, you can use it for anything you can think of. And you don't have to believe in it, it just works. So we're going to tap on, I'll show you the meridian points, and these are the points we'll be tapping through when you join in with me. The first point here is the fleshy part of either side of your hand. This is called the karate chop point. And we'll tap here while we're saying a setup statement, which the setup statement we say 3 different times. And then we will be tapping on the top of the head. And you tap between 7 and 9 times in this area. Then we will tap on the eyebrow points, which is right where your brows start on the inside point here. You can use any finger that you want. You should be tapping with firm pressure but not hurting yourself. Then you do the sides of your eyes. This is where the orbital bone is. Here you can feel the bone. And then under the eye, which is also, you can feel the bone here. Then under the nose, on the chin, your collarbone points, which if you extend your arm out and then reach in towards you, it's basically where your hands will touch automatically. And then the last point is the under the arm point, and this one's kind of hard to see, so I'll stand up. It's located kind of, for women, it's right where your bra strap kind of is under there. But as long as you're getting in that vicinity, it'll still work. So let's do some tapping for emetophobia. So first, I want all of you to think of something that's really upsetting to you involving emetophobia and your fears surrounding that. And it could be, most people, and for me too, it was something that happened a long time ago when I was 8 years old. And I can vividly remember the situation where I shared a room with my sister and she got sick in the middle of the night. And it was just upsetting to me because she was out of control. It seemed like something was possessing her body, and it didn't just happen once. It happened multiple times over the course of the night, and my mother was in there changing sheets and cleaning carpets, and it was so upsetting to me. So you need to think of a situation. It could even be something that's going on right now, where your anxiety is very high. So you're going to give yourself a number around this, and your number is going to be between 0 and 10, 10 being the highest, and that's the most upset you would be if you thought about this situation. And we're going to try to do some tapping. I like to do a few rounds and then check in with ourselves and see if that number has dissipated at all. And we're going to try to get it to a 0. So I'm just going to use my example, and we're going to tap, and you can follow along with me. And here we go. Even though this horrible thing happened to me when I was 8, and I saw my sister throwing up, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Even though when I was 8 years old, this upsetting thing happened to me and I can't seem to get it out of my head. It still bothers me to this day. I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Even though I continue to think about how upsetting this scenario was for me, and I wasn't even the one who got sick. I deeply and completely love and accept myself anyway. So we always do the setup statement 3 times, and then we're going to move to the tapping points. And you can just repeat after me. Ooh, this horrible episode. I can't get it out of my mind. I just keep picturing her getting sick. Oh, that horrible retching noise, and just the mess that it made. The awful smell that was horrific. It was so upsetting. It wasn't even me that got sick. I felt like I wasn't safe. It was so upsetting. I decided after that I wasn't safe. I continue to think about people that I know that might be sick and how I don't want to be around them. I don't want to have anything to do with anyone that has the stomach flu. I don't want to know about it because I'll obsess about it. My thoughts are to obsess about how I can stop it from attacking me. I don't want to get it, and I'll do whatever it takes to keep the control so that I don't get it. I'll wash my hands 1,000,000 times. I'll make sure I don't go to the places that I know people have been sick. I'll ask people questions if I feel like they might have a stomach ache. And I'll obsess about germs and how I could get this and how do I protect myself from getting this? How do I protect myself? I'm so scared. Stomach flu is such a scary thing. I just have no control. I don't know what to do. It's really upsetting. I still think about my sister being sick that time when we were little, and I'm still upset by that. Now, I like to stop around after a few times with tapping, all kind of hitting our wrists together, and then taking a deep breath, and kind of checking in with yourself and feeling, does that still feel like an 8? No, I don't know. Maybe it feels a little less, maybe like a 7. I don't know. So we're going to do some more tapping about it. And I don't know, while I was tapping about that, I kind of thought of some other things that upset me. Like once when I was in school and this boy next to me threw up, and I was probably 10 then. So that was upsetting. I think I'll tap about that. Ooh, that kid, Rob, behind me, Rob Hamer. I won't forget his name because he threw up. So I had to always remember him. Ew, I had to stay away from him at all costs. He threw up at the seat behind me in 3rd grade. It didn't get on me, but I saw it and I heard it. And I just wanted to leave the room. I wanted to get up and run away. I don't want to be there. It's upsetting. Ew. I don't even really remember anything else besides that he threw up. I don't know who cleaned it up. I don't know where I went. I don't know if I had to sit there again for the rest of the day. I just remember being really upset by it and not wanting to be friends with this boy. Well, that was dumb. I don't want to be friends with anyone who might have the stomach flu. Well, that sounds Ridiculous. I'm not gonna be friends with someone because they got sick, but I want control. If I'm friends with him, what if he still has a stomach flu and I get it? I need to be in control. I feel the need to be in control of the stomach flu, the germs, the microscopic germs. I want to be in control of those and make sure that no one I know gets this and that I don't get it because it's so upsetting. I don't want to have anything to do with it, or anyone that throws up. I don't want to know anyone that throws up. It's too gross. I can't be associated with throwing up. I could barely even say the word. Ugh, it's so upsetting. The retching and the cleaning up and the washing of the hands and the rituals, the obsessing, the not being able to sleep or eat because I'm so obsessed if I'm going to get it or if the rest of my family is going to get it. And I decided not to be friends with a little boy because he threw up. That is so sad. What am I doing? Okay, I'm going to stop there for a second because it doesn't matter what you're tapping for, if you can change my words around to fit whatever is going on with you, but boy, I never tapped about that before, and that poor guy, I decided I wasn't going to be friends with him for the next 6 years because he threw up, and he had no control over that, and that's, oh, I feel bad now, even thinking about that. So I'm going to check in with my number here, and I'd say it's gone down quite a bit. I'd say it's more like a 5 or a 6 instead of a, yeah, it's more like a 5. So I'm feeling less anxious about, you know, the throwing up or feeling bad that I didn't want to be friends with someone because they got sick. But I'm still scared. I don't want to get it. So I'm going to tap about being scared. And I just feel like I'm very scared to get it. So I'm going to do another setup statement here. Let's do this. Even though I'm so scared that I could get the stomach flu or someone in my family could get the stomach flu, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Even though I don't have any control over this, the stomach flu strikes when it strikes and there's nothing anyone can do about it. But I feel I don't want it to be that way. I feel out of control, and I deeply and completely love and accept myself anyway. Even though I feel so out of control and scared by the thought of this silly thing, throwing up, happening to me or someone in my family, I deeply and completely love and accept myself anyway. I just feel scared. I don't feel safe. I need to make sure I feel safe from the germs of the stomach flu. Was that food out too long? Does this meat smell okay? Did someone touch this when they were making it that might have had the stomach flu at a fast food restaurant? I'm ruining myself. How sad. I can't go to a restaurant? Ooh, who drank out of this glass? Is this sanitized? Oh my gosh. Now I'm sounding really crazy. I'm crazy, but I'm scared. I'm very scared that I can't get past this. I'm scared that what will happen to me if I get the stomach flu. This awful sinking feeling when you hear that someone has the stomach flu, or you get a phone call home from the school nurse that your kid has the stomach flu. Nothing sends me into a worse panic I'm obsessing about this. It's ruining my life. I can't control it. I can't control these thoughts. I want to control these thoughts. I want to live a normal, happy life. This obsession with the stomach flu is stealing my joy. I can't have the life I want to have because of this affliction. It's like a handicap or something. Oh, I have this handicap. I'm afraid of the stomach flu. I'm obsessed by crazy, irrational thoughts about the stomach flu. Oh, I'm feeling really bad for myself now. This is really horrible. I don't want to be like this. This isn't who I want to be for my kids. I don't want my kids to think they have to be afraid of this. Oh, it's awful. I don't like myself this way. I really want to get rid of this. I don't want this to happen to me anymore. Okay, I'm going to stop right there and check back in. And does anyone have any questions before I go on just about how this all works, or how do you know what to say, or any of that that I can help with? I'm getting some comments from people saying this hits home for me. This is so me. You're describing me exactly. So, I mean, that's how I know I can help you, is because I know the thoughts and the obsessing that go on. This just happened to me tonight, and it wasn't about getting the stomach flu. It was just about, did the steak smell right? Should I even eat this? But I wasn't thinking that it was going to give me the stomach flu, or that I would get food poisoning. I don't think. But I feel like I question something like that more than a normal person would because of this. But I still ate the dinner, and I'm sure I'll be fine. But if those obsessive thoughts come into your mind while you're serving dinner to your family, like I was tonight, you can just take a deep breath and you could tap. You don't have to say anything. You could just tap the points and breathe. And you could say in your mind, everything's fine. This meat's not expired. It was in the fridge. I'm serving it to my family, and we're all going to be fine. I'm not crazy. I'm not doing this to myself. I'm eating dinner. That you could do something like that, and that most of the time it'll go away. I don't usually have to tap, but I just tell myself, that's crazy. We're eating this dinner. We're eating together. I mean, so mine will go away pretty quickly, but a lot of people they can't do that. And that's why tapping comes in and is so helpful. It calms the amygdala, which is the lower back part of your brain, and that is where your fight or flight response is. That's where, when your adrenaline gets going, that's where it's produced. And tapping on these points lowers your cortisol level altogether. And there's a recent brain scan, an MRI, showing the difference between a client before tapping and then a client after tapping, and the different chemistry of their brain, and how the amygdala is calmed by this tapping. So it really does work. And a lot of times, if you can't get out of your head, if you're around people and you don't want to stand there and tap, you can just take a couple deep breaths and talk to yourself and your mind, or you can do this. This is very calming. This works really well with little kids too. Holding your forehead and then holding the back of your neck where your amygdala is, and pushing your forehead and pulling in towards the back of your neck and breathing. This just gets you out of your head. It's going to be fine. Nothing's going to happen. So what if my kid has the stomach flu right now? He's a kid and this happens and it's okay. So there's other ways you can, get out of a bad situation when you're in one. You don't have to just tap, especially if you're embarrassed or you're in public. But I do it when I'm in the car at a red light. I'll just tap. And certain points feel better to other people. They all correspond with things. This is my favorite place to tap. It corresponds with your spine. So it's just whatever feels good for you is what I would use. So I don't have any questions so far. So I'm going to keep going, and I'm going to say that my number is probably a 4. I'm going to do one more round and see if I can get it down a little bit more, and then do some more positive affirmations. Once we're around a 4, it's showing that our brain is more responsive to changing some things, so we can put some positive things into place and to reinforce positive behaviors around this situation instead of obsessing and acting crazy like we have been. So let me get a sip of water. So let's see. I'll do another setup statement. Even though having emetophobia makes me feel crazy, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. I don't want to be like this. This isn't who I am. And I'm not sure how I got this far acting like this. It's not who I want to be. I'm out of control. But I deeply and completely love and accept myself anyway. I'm not sure why this all started or what my belief is around emetophobia and throwing up, but I just know I don't want any part of it. I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Even though emetophobia has made me suffer for so many years, I really don't want to live like this anymore. There's so many more things I could be doing instead of staying away from things that aren't safe, or somewhere where someone got sick on a bounce house once, or went to a playground and got sick, or ate at that restaurant and didn't feel good for a week, or went to someone's house who might have had the stomach flu 3 weeks ago. I just don't want to be that person anymore. And I deeply and completely love and accept myself. I'm ready to change. I don't want to do this anymore. This isn't really fun. It's so stressful to have to think about all of these ways that I have to, these rituals that I have to perform to protect myself from the stomach flu. It's exhausting. Just think about all that time I spend worrying when really I could be doing something better with my time. I could be exercising. I could be doing something with my kids. I could be on vacation. I could be anywhere, but obsessing about something I have no control over. I don't know when someone's going to put something in their mouth that had a stomach flu virus on it. I can't monitor that in any way, shape, or form besides not going to someone's house when I know they have the stomach flu, which most people wouldn't invite you over anyway. But the monitoring and the crazy obsessions and making sure people are taking these vitamins and spraying their hands with hand sanitizer until they're raw, and wiping their kids down with Clorox wipes, and wiping everyone down all the time, and wiping down the airplane with hydrogen peroxide wipes, and all of the crazy stuff I've been doing. It's so exhausting. I'm really tired of being exhausted by this. I don't want to do it anymore. My kids need me. My family needs me. I'd rather spend time doing something productive instead of worrying about something that I can't have any control over. I'm deciding to give up control of this obsession. I'm going to see how things work out for me if I decide to stop obsessing just for even one day. What if I forget? Or what if I just don't spray my kids down before they go to school? Let's see if they come home and get sick. So what if they do? Do you think the spray would have really helped? Probably not. All the obsessing about germs, I don't want to do it anymore. I'm going to decide to do something for myself instead of that. All these obsessive thoughts. I don't have any room for them in my life anymore. I really don't want to do this. I'm choosing not to obsess about something I can't control. I'm choosing not to be a part of this anymore. I'm choosing to do something better with my time. I'm choosing to stop obsessing. Okay, stop there and take a deep breath in. Now that really feels better for me because it's like a weight lifted to not have to obsess about something so that you've been obsessing for so long. It's a huge weight lifted. So I feel really pretty good. I'd say I'm like a 1 or a 0. So I think I'm going to do some positive affirmations now. And this is really going to help reinforce my new way of thinking about emetophobia and the control that it has over me. So we'll do a new setup statement. Even though I've had this fear of vomiting and the stomach flu for most of my life, I'm choosing to stop obsessing over it. And I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Even though the stomach flu and throwing up have had control over me and my thoughts for all these years, I'm deciding that I'm going to give that up. I'm ready to move on and use my time in a better way. And I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Even though these obsessive thoughts have consumed me for so many years, I'm mad now, and I want relief from this. I don't want to have to think about this anymore. I'm choosing to think of something and do something better for myself because I deeply and completely love and accept myself. I'm choosing to be positive about germs. And so what if someone gets sick? I'm going to take care of them because that's what moms do. If I get sick, I'll take care of myself. It's not the end of the world. It's a couple days in your life and just I'm done obsessing every single moment of my well life. When I'm well, when my kids are well, and I'm still obsessing over germs and illness that no one has, it's a waste of my time. I'm not doing that anymore. I refuse to waste my time worrying about stomach flu germs. I'm ready to get on with my life. I'm ready to release this stress that I've been carrying around with me, this energy this negative energy that's been hanging around all these years. I'm willing to decide that I'm safe. And I am safe. It's just sometimes things happen that you can't control. The stomach flu is one of them. And even though it might be scary, it doesn't last long. It can't kill you. And no one likes it. No one does. I'm not the only one that doesn't like it. But I don't have to be crazy about it. I don't have to go crazy about it. I'm choosing to stop obsessing. And it feels so good to not obsess. I'm choosing to have more joy in my life and do things that I really want to do. Things that maybe I wouldn't do when I was obsessing. Like taking my kids out in public in the wintertime when who knows what they could contract. Using a public restroom instead of letting them pee in a pull-up in the car. I mean, all these things that I obsess about, I'm choosing not to do it. Even just for one day to start, I'm just not going to do it. And I'm going to sleep so well knowing that I don't have to feel like I have control over that, because I can't and I don't. I want to replace all that worry with something positive. I'm going to decide something I'm going to do for myself instead of worry. I'm going to go to the library and get a book. I'm going to exercise because I never do. I'm going to stop cleaning the toilet 15 times a day because it's clean and you can't see the germs and no one's going to get sick and it's fine and I can relax. And I deserve to relax. I deserve it. I don't deserve to suffer worrying about something I can't control. I'm in charge of what I choose to think about. I don't have to think about this. I'm choosing not to think about it anymore. It's not getting me anywhere. I'm ready for a change. I'm ready to change my way of thinking about emetophobia, about the stomach flu, and about the germs that cause people to get sick. I'm done with it for now. I'm putting it on hold. I'm going to find something else to tap about in my life. Maybe I want to get a new job. I'm going to tap about that. Maybe I want to have more time with my husband. I'm going to tap about that. Maybe I want to earn more money at my job. I'm going to manifest some money and tap about that. Maybe I just want to be healthy and feel free and unencumbered by all these obsessive thoughts. That's what I'm going to do. And when I feel these thoughts creeping up, I'm going to tap, or I'm going to take a deep breath until it passes. Or I'm going to just tap one spot until things feel better, until my amygdala calms down, until my cortisol level goes back to normal. Even if there's all kinds of scary things happening around me all day, I can't control them. And I'm not going to. I'm choosing to live a life free of worry from emetophobia because I deserve it. And that's great. And I'm happy. And I feel so much better, like a weight has been lifted. Okay, we can stop there and take a deep breath. Wow, I don't know. I hope that has helped some people out there because, boy, that even helped me. And I'm not going to say I'm totally over my phobia, but I'm in a way, way, way better spot than I was a year ago, even 6 months ago, to deal with this. It's eye-opening when you realize that you don't have to let yourself think these crazy thoughts, and you don't have to be a part of them. You can change your way of thinking, and just by tapping, and you can make a whole new life for yourself, full of joy instead of worry. So that's what I want for all of you, and I really hope that we can work together at some point. And I'd love anyone that has any questions to type them in. I'd be happy to answer anything. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I need to tell you. This live session is going to be on my Facebook page forever. There'll also be a link to it on my website, tapintohealth.net. And oh, Mary, hi Mary, thanks for joining. And I'd love to get to work with you and help you through this. It takes about 4 sessions to notice a big shift in a belief, like a core belief that you had about emetophobia, or why you have it, or where it started from. But once that happens, it makes a big difference. Just like the testimonial I read from my one client earlier, she had a lot of things go on in 1 week, and she was able to deal with it. Her son got sick. He had the stomach flu, and she found me, and we tapped. Then she had, her husband got sick 2 weeks later, or a week later, and we tapped about that. She was beside herself. Then she texted me from work. She's a teacher, and someone threw up on their desk in her classroom, and she was laughing on the text with me. She said it was comical. So this is after 3 weeks. And then we were supposed to have a session last night, which she postponed until Friday because she was going to test drive a new car. And that's how good she felt, that she didn't even need, it wasn't an emergency. The last few times I've talked to her, it's been like, oh my gosh, an emergency. So she's at such a great place now, just after 3 sessions, that she was, she wrote that glowing review for me, which was so nice, and I'm so appreciative, and I'm happy that I can help people with this, and I'd love to be able to help you. And I'm going to be doing other sessions, probably monthly is my goal, and I'll focus on different things, not specifically emetophobia, but probably I'll do a financial tapping session, how to manifest money, a pain management session. I get migraines, and I can help with that. I also have lower back pain that is sometimes an issue, but I can show you how to tap to manage those things. So really anything that anyone posts about on my page, I'd be happy to do a free session about, just to give everyone a chance to use tapping in all the ways that you can, because it can be used for anything. So it's really wonderful. So if anyone has any other questions that I didn't answer, you can email me at liz@tapintohealth.net. Go to my website, all that information is there. And I'm so thankful that you were able to join me tonight. And just in case, if you want to see this again, I'm sure it won't be exactly the same as it was tonight. And I won't have technical difficulties like I did tonight. I'm having the same session, another Emetophobia live session, but a private group, tomorrow evening at the same time. So if for some reason you'd like to see it again, just message me on my Facebook page or email me, and I will send you the link to the private live session tomorrow evening at 7 p.m. Eastern. So thank you all so much for being here with me. And what about a stomach? I'm sorry. How many tapping points are there again? And what about during a stomach flu episode at school? So Christine, if you could tell me at school, meaning I'm not exactly sure what you mean about at school. If one of your children gets sick and you have to pick them up from school, or I'm not sure what you're referring to exactly, and I don't want to give you the wrong answer. If you could type in what you mean, then I'll answer. And then how many tapping points are there again? I'm getting a message. So there are, there are a lot of tapping points, but here's my little cheat sheet. I've got this little cheat sheet here that I will put on my website. This one is my trainer's. I have to do one for my website, but there's the karate chop point. So that's 1. The top of the head, that's 2. The eyebrow point, that's 3. The side of the eye is 4. Under the eye is 5. Under the nose is 6. The chin point is 7. The collarbone points are 8. And the underarm is 9. And you don't have to use the wrist points. I just like to do that. It's just an extra thing. Some people don't do that, but I like to do that. So those are the tapping points again. And I'm just going to guess what Christine's asking here. What about a stomach flu episode at school? If there are kids that are sick at school, and you don't want to send your kid to school, or if someone gets sick at school. I've had this happen where everyone in my kids' class is getting sick, and I have to send them. I wouldn't want to, and I don't want to, and my brain is like, I'm tapping through it and just saying, you know what? I can't keep them home from school every time someone gets sick or I get wind of someone having the stomach flu. So I just tap about it. There's nothing I can do about kids getting sick. I'm going to send my kid to school because I'm a normal parent, and it's okay if someone's going to get sick. I can't put my kid in a bubble. I'm not going to make my kid crazy because I'm thinking about and obsessing about the stomach flu. So, you know, that's happened to me, and I know exactly how horrible that is. And 9 times out of 10, your kid won't even get the stomach flu from someone else, or it happens and there's nothing you couldn't have prepared for it either way. So it's just kind of like, if it happens, it happens. So send your kid to school and, you know, do something fun for yourself instead. If there was a stomach flu episode at school and you had to pick your child up when they were sick, I haven't had that happen to me, I guess, knock on wood. But I would just do the same thing. I would be calming myself on the drive there. I'd calm myself before I got into the car. I would do some tapping, you know, it's going to be okay. My son's sick. He has the stomach flu. I feel so bad for him, but I'm going to take care of him because I'm a good mom, and I'm not going to let him know that I'm this upset about something he can't control. I'm not going to let him feel bad about having the stomach flu because it's something he can't control. I'm going to bring a bucket in my car. It's going to be fine. I love my child. I just want him to feel better. So those are things that I would do if you have to deal with a sick child, which all of us do at some point, and it's no fun, and no one likes it. We just obsess about it, and that's where we get into trouble. So anyway, I think that's all I have. Everyone says thank you. Or when the stomach flu is going around school. Okay, yeah, I did answer that. So the stomach flu was going around school, and yeah, I would still send my kid, and it's just, you have to. So anyway, I'm so happy I got to do this tonight, and that you took the time and you bared with me and with my technical difficulties and all. And please message me after this session and let me know if there's any other questions you have or what I can do to help you. I'd love to help you get over this because I know I can. So thanks for participating and for showing up with me tonight, and have a great night. Thanks, everyone. Bye.